it's Sharon Armstrong. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 1997. I absolutely love teaching people how to use Stampin' Up! Products. I offer online classes, and this month's class is using the Perennial Birthday. So today's video is all about how to put those cards together. Now, if you missed out on joining my class, don't worry. Watch the end of the video and I will tell you how to get the instructions. Thanks for watching. So this is the Perennial Birthday class that I did February 2018. I am a wood girl, so anytime I can get wood mount stamps, I still do it. This is a really fun class, and this is a fabulous card. I was pretty happy with this card. If you took my class, then you received the PDF instruction link. If you did not take my class and you would like that PDF instructions, you can hop over to my blog and look at online classes and then do the drop down and you'll see PDFs listed for this class. All right, so let's make this card. Super cute. It is a gift card holder. Whoops. And loved it. See, so cute. Super easy. So let's make it together. So first, I've already done all my scoring, and my instructions tell you to put some adhesive there. And let me grab my gift card, because the instructions do tell you to put either a debit card, a gift card, whatever, right there, so that you don't put the adhesive in the wrong place, okay? And then you're just gonna punch that out, and we're going to do a little bit of burnishing. And then we're gonna remove that backing. Whoops. And then you're just going to close that up really well. Okay, so there's the base to our card, and now we're going to add the pieces. I already have all of my designer series pieces cut, and this is the Picture Perfect birthday, Picture Perfect party. Don't remember the name of it. Anyway, so you're going to have a piece of Whisper White that you'll need to add to the bottom of this panel. And in my tutorial, I gave lots of pictures because it was just hard to describe how to do this part, because technically, you know, this is, the card would go this way, but it's really the bottom of this panel. So anyway, so I gave you lots of instructions. This makes a really cute card for anyone. It could be for a male, it could be for a female, it could be for a child. And with all of my grandkids living, all my kids and grandkids living so far away, you know, with shipping costs, it's just easier for me to send them a gift card. All right, so then this piece, and then you can decide what side you want. I want this other side. Whoops. Well, and we're out. That's why. My heater is on today in the studio, and I think it's affecting my adhesive. Whoops. Here, let's just lay this flat. Yeah. Got that off-centered a bit, so let's try it this way. Goodness gracious. It's hard to see because the camera, I can't get my head over it, so there you have that. And then now we have this piece, and I really should have punched my hole before I close this. So let me grab my punch. In my instructions, I tell you to do it the right way, but sometimes when I'm doing a video, I kind of get a little ahead of myself. So I'm just gonna take a little notch out. And you know what? I need to mark it because I'm not quite sure where it's at. See, I call myself the queen of boo-boos because no matter what happens, there is a way to always fix something. And I usually have to figure it out because I do make mistakes. I'm just gonna punch out a little bit and see how that looks. Hey, I did pretty good. All right, so let's adhere that. Okay, so now that it is done, we're going to create our belly band. And what I did notice on this card is because this is just one layer and this is several layers, it's really hard to say score here and score here. So what I recommend is that you just place it where you want, kind of center it, fold it over, and then make sure that the back is lined up. We're going to put some adhesive on that. Quite a bit. So just kind of force it to line up so that it's even. Okay. All right. So now we're going to create the sentiment. I have a piece of Whisper White here and I have my stamp. I'm using basic black ink. And I may have to pull this in a little bit so I can see. Perfect. Love it. Make sure that's good and dry. Sometimes the black ink, or all of our inks, take a few seconds to dry, so you want to make sure it's good and dry. And then I'm just going to put this right here. I told you, super simple card. Thanks for watching. Here is the next card in the Perennial Birthday. And if you took my online class, you got either this paper or this pattern, and it's from the Pick a Pattern DSP. So both of them are really super cute. So I'm gonna make this card with this one. And I have a piece of shimmery white paper. I love the shimmery white for using it with the watercoloring like I'm getting ready to do. So I'm just gonna open up my pad a little bit, give it a little squeeze. Open that up. And then I'm going to kind of squeeze my aqua painter so that some water comes out. And then I'm just gonna do a wash. Kind of in the center. And try not to let that pool too much because it'll be too dark when it dries. I'll point out to you what I mean. See right here where this is kind of darker, I've got a little line there. So I didn't quite catch that myself. So just kind of make sure that that doesn't happen to you. All right, so we're gonna set that aside to dry. Oops. Close up this pad. Next, we're gonna go ahead and start doing some assembly while our piece of paper dries. So we're actually gonna take the DSP, and I have this beautiful shimmery pool party ribbon, and I'm just gonna put this across. Put a little bit of snail to hold that down, and fold this up. Make sure it's nice and straight. Whoops, my finger stuck to the adhesive on the back. Okay, all right, so we've got that piece done, and it's a little crooked. Let me fix it. There we go. All right, so then I have another piece that is, oh, I don't know, 3 inches, 3.5 inches, long enough for you to tie. And we're just gonna tie this in a knot. like that. Might be easier for you to put this piece of paper on the card base and then do that step, whichever you find easier. I'm gonna put quite a bit of adhesive because I don't want that to pop up. And I like to put a little bit of adhesive on the ribbon itself because over time I have found that that ribbon will pop up, just that piece. There we go. I'm gonna give this a good burnish. Love my bone folder, can't live without it. Okay, so now that's laying nice and flat. And then I have a piece of Pool Party that will go over here. And I'm actually gonna use dimensionals to pop this up. I like to always dig my fingernails in, and this little trick works whether you have nails or not. So it helps get that backing off a little bit easier. Haven't found a way to keep them from sticking to me though, so if you know any tricks on that, I'm game. I'm ready to learn. All right, that got a little crooked. Okay, all right, so now let's pull out our piece of shimmery white again, and it looks like it's dry. I talked long enough. I am gonna grab my, oh, I don't need to, I'm using wood blocks. I was thinking I was using photopolymer. All right, so we're just gonna do some stamping. Here's to celebrating you. Okay, so again, I wanna make sure that's good and dry. And I'm gonna put a lot of adhesive on here to make sure that it doesn't pop up. When you do watercoloring on any paper, it can't help it. It kind of bubbles. So the more adhesive that you can put on, the better your chances are of it staying flat and not popping off in the mail. Line this up. And we're done. Stay tuned for the next one. Here's our next card. And I love Lemon Lime Twist. I'm sorry, I'm addicted to this color. And so this card is just a happy color. Happy card for a happy birthday. Let's make it. So I have my pieces, and I'm going to do my stamping first on this piece. Somehow it looked a little bit smaller, so I had to compare. So we're gonna take this, ink it up in black. Take our other stamps, add those where we want them. Perfect. All right, so to do the coloring, I pulled out my Stampin' Up markers, and you could use any coloring that you want. I decided, that these colors just really spoke to me, so I chose these. This is the Sugar Plum. So I'm just gonna color. You could use Stampin' Blends, you could use anything you want. Watercolor pencils, put our pieces together. I keep picking up that one that ran out of snails. I pushed that aside. Super easy card, but I'm telling you, so fun. So I have my basic black card base and my lemon lime twist. I've already embossed it with my Petal Pear Textured Impressions folder, and I had to do it twice, okay? So, and when you put it in, make sure that when you do it, you don't put one upside down and one the other way, so, because it'll kind of be coming and going. So just put it in, run it through the big shot, move it over, do it again, okay? Whenever I'm using embossed layers, I like to have my multi-purpose glue. Just really feel like that gets down in those grooves a lot better. I don't go too close to the edge because the glue will squish out when I push it down. Whoops, I pushed too hard. But it's very forgiving. That's why if you push it and it messes up like that, you can just slide it back down. All right, for this layer, I'm gonna grab my dimensionals and put it on with that. If I was putting this layer straight onto my textured, I would again use the multi-purpose glue. Happy card. Stay tuned for the next one. Okay, here's our next card, bright, cheery card to wish someone a happy birthday. So let's make it together. So I have my stitched oval piece, and I'm gonna stamp my sentiment first. So that I know how much room I have around. And then we're gonna add all of the flowers and such. So I'm just gonna start stamping. And every card will look different. So I'm not even looking at my sample because they're all gonna be different, which makes it fun. Okay, so we have our oval stamped. Now let's bring in our Whisper White layer. And basically I want just my stamping around this oval. So I pretty much know it's in the center. So I'm gonna grab my stamps. And for this one, I actually pulled out my markers because I don't want all of my, since I'm not stamping in black like I did on the other card, I don't want everything to either be all yellow or all green. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Up markers, and I'm going to color. Okay, so I'm a pretty fast colorer, but these are water-based markers. You do not want to use your Stampin' Blends for this technique because it won't work. It dries too fast. So basically, I'm just going to exhale on the ink to re-moisten it. And then I'm going to do it again. Okay, so now I just want to take a couple, I'm just using my little flower. I'm going to add some more leaves. Where'd my leaves go? Let's see how we did. Okay, I think I need a little bit more over here, so I'm going to come up there with some. I love the smaller stamps because I can kind of fill in where I need to give me a more fuller look. All right. So I have my scalloped oval that I cut out. I'm going to adhere that with snail. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on it. Before I add it to my card layer, I'm going to go ahead and mount this on the layer and then mount it on the card. And that card is done. Here's our next card, and super easy, super fun. Love the colors. There's my lemon lime twist peeking in back there. I just love these bright colors together. So let's make it. So if you took my online card class where I send a free card kit with all the pieces if you place a $50 order or more on my website. So for this month's kit, rather than give you 2 skinny strips to stamp on, I sent you one big piece, and then so you'll stamp happy birthday at the top, and then today blooms just for you at the bottom, and then just cut them apart. I just felt like that would be easier than trying to send you little strips. So, and maybe it's because I use the wood blocks, it's not as easy to see, but I don't know, I just felt like that would be a little bit easier. So we're gonna go ahead and do our stamping. Better put something underneath that. I'm sure I'll be going off the edge. So, I just love this set. It's so fun, and the stark black on the white just looks so pretty. You just kind of need to stamp randomly. You don't know what's going to be peeking out from behind the banners. So really, I'm making my own background paper. You know, think about it. Use your stamps to make backgrounds. Works good. All right, so the way that I wanted to teach you another way to color. If you have little sponge daubers, you can ink up and just color those big flowers. Just another technique to help you use those supplies that you probably have stashed in your studios, your craft areas.
And I'm not stressing out if I go outside the line. And I'm not stressing out if I don't get the whole thing colored. Just this little flower was perfect to use these daubers with, so I grabbed them.
Now I'm going to take my markers and I'm going to color the leaves. And now the little buds. Just a dot. Okay, so I've already cut out, stamped my pieces, and now I want to take my wonderful triple banner punch, and I want to punch out, give it a banner tail on one end, and then on this one, I'm going to do it on the other. You know, this banner punch can be used for no matter what size the strips of paper are. Of course, you couldn't get too wide in there, but I believe this is up to 2 inches, but it can still be really skinny. It doesn't have to be a full inch. So, oh, we still need that. We need to punch our, okay, I feel like I have too much white space right there, so I'm just gonna snip that off a little bit. And I want to line this layer up to the edge. And then I want to punch out. Move my finger back. So I'm going to trim this off. I want to show you my little trick. I still can't see the white, but I'm going to go ahead and punch about right there. I was hoping I could see the white when I did what I just did. And I came really close. So if you see the white peeking through, you know you've gone too far down. Let's go ahead and attach this piece. If you don't have the triple banner punch, you can always use your snips. And let me just show you how that works. Oops. So for this one, I'm just going to take and go up the center and snip from each corner. If I can get back in there. Now, because I did the banner punch with the white, it might not line up exactly, but it's okay. We don't have to be perfect when we make cards, you know? We are just too hard on ourselves. So yeah, I can see that it's not quite the same. So to fix that, all I'm gonna do is make this one match. Ta-da, close enough. All right, let's put this one together. So if I didn't have a triple banner punch, I would have cut both of those pieces and I would use one to line up the other so that they would match up a little bit better. All right, so here is our Fresh Florals DSP. So pretty, so pretty. I wonder how that would look. Because the other piece I have solid. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the solid. And I just realized that I grabbed my old olive marker instead of my lemon lime twist. Oops, oh well. Sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself, you know? We're not perfect. All right, so let's make sure our card's opening the right way. And we're gonna add this layer on. And line that up like that. We're gonna grab our dimensionals. So I don't think it looks bad with the two different greens. So if you don't have lemon lime twist, first of all, shame on you, but second of all, just use a green you have. We're gonna put this one right here. Okay, another birthday card from my stash. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Well, I hope you liked those cards. Even though you missed out on the class, if you're interested in actually getting the tutorial, you can hop over to my blog, www.TxStampin.com, do the drop down for online classes, and purchase the tutorial. Thanks for watching, guys.